and I will be talking about the levels. We are ready. Okay. Team, and it has a wonderful soundtrack and wonderful narration and a wonderful story. So, of course, all of those things we will skip in this run, and that's kind of sad, but that's just how it is. This game works around triggers a lot. You might have seen there that I went to the fountain before going down to pick up the repeater, which is our ranged weapon for the rest of the game. And that's because the fountain activates some squirts, which is the small enemies in this game, and those in their turn then opens the way to where we are right now. Also, we killed the bartender that was standing on top of that platform, and killing him makes it so the shield spawns faster, and if the shield spawns faster, then we can start killing stuff faster. Because right now it's just killing everything as fast as possible and try to be out of here before, I think it's 1:40. Probably won't happen though. It's a marathon run and everything. After this we will land on a bow, which we won't pick up. No one really wants the bow. We will also roll past a wall, and it will be quite quick, so don't miss. Here we land on the bow, and here is the ground. This game has 3 different control settings and stuff. So that's 3 things that happened quite fast, and they are all important. We both clipped through the wall. We will be doing that a lot. That's like half of the game, probably. Then we also picked up 2 cores, which I explained before the run. We picked up 2 instead of 1 in the any percent category. And we also then rolled off the edge, which makes it so we spawn back in the Bastion and we don't have to play the rest of the level. And then we pick up or leave the 2 cores, build the building, and use a text skip. Of course, I pressed too early, so we will get text anyways, and lose about like 6 seconds, I think. And 6 seconds is a lot in Bastion, since the world record right now is 13:55. So 6 seconds would give me the world record as of right now, because my PB is 13:58. This is the shortest level in the game. We are actually done in like 7 seconds. Probably a bit less. I'm not quite sure. And that's that level. The next level is Hanging Gardens, and Hanging Gardens is probably one of my most hated levels. Roll off the screen once and kill a turret, and that turret then opens a gate which we couldn't clip through otherwise. So here is an example of me falling off the edge. Here is some invisible ground, which I apparently skipped over. And then afterwards we will pick up the course through these and roll towards Zulf. If we don't roll towards Zulf there, we will get one more text line, and that's some time anyways. The next level is Cinderbrick Fort, and Cinderbrick Fort isn't one of my favorites either. But it's the newest strats, or it has the newest strats. We used to pick up a new ranged weapon there called Musket, which is like a high physical damage, close ranged weapon. It's ranged, but it's a shotgun, so. But we won't do that anymore, because that takes time. Instead we will use a new trick in the end of the whole run that makes it so we don't need the musket. And there is only one way in the Cinderbrick Fort, and it's the hard way. Rux will tell you that in the beginning.
There's only one way in the Cinderbrick Fort.
And here it is. The hard
The
way.
hard way. Sure, the city marshals may be gone.
And this level also has really on solid ground. It's quite easy to fall through. Luckily I didn't, because it's mostly the first part where you are able to fall through the ground. Here we roll past some enemies and instead kill this turret, because this is the only turret that opens the gate. Here we also level up. It's a very specific place where we level up, because if you would level up before picking up the second core, we would actually not pick up the second core and only pick up one. And if we only pick up one of the cores, we will need to do one more level, which takes a lot of time. I think here it takes 3 minutes. If you fail core duping later on, here it's a very long fight normally, but let's skip that. But if you fail a core dupe, that takes a lot of time, because you need to play one more level, and this case it would be the melting pot, which is the slowest level in the game. Here we use a glitch called the pipe skip. That makes it so we are able to put in 2 cores at the same time and skip a whole cutscene thing, and that also makes it so we can go into Rothless Lagoon quite much faster. And Rothless Lagoon has 2 new weapons, or it's 1 weapon and a secret skill. The secret skill is Sneaky Decoy, and the decoy isn't very useful, but the crit that the Sneaky Decoy gives is very useful. The crit actually makes it possible for us to just kill those objects in front of us and pick up the pike. And the pike is also very useful. It deals a lot of damage and it's very long, which makes it so we can kill objects from far away and not be able to, or not have to go close to them and only kill some of them. But since we did kill the stuff there, oh, I just failed the core dupe. This will be interesting now. I will have to improvise, and I might lose some time. I think I have a strategy for this part though. Okay, so that wasn't what I was planning to do, but then I can show you the backup strat instead. And the backup strat is going to Mount Sand, I think. It's either Mount Sand or the melting pot, and the melting pot we don't want to go through. So let's see which one it is. It's melting pot. Okay. So the melting pot is a very long level, and it's kind of an auto-scroller. We can't do much to make this faster than it should be. But we will pick up a new secret skill here called the I think it's landmines. Yeah, it's landmines, which are right here. Trap mines, okay. And we also have the pike, so this should be a bit faster. If you fail core duping earlier, you would need to do this level with the hammer, and the hammer is not a very good weapon. It's actually one of the slower weapons in the game. So here we just need to kill everything as fast as possible, basically. We will try to make a skip in the end, which doesn't save much time, but it looks cool. And style is everything, right? But this level is kind of an auto-scroller, because we are just going around killing stuff. We could have gone to other levels too, but those levels are much easier to actually die in, and if we die, then there will be problems.
Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers. Even some gas fellas.
We also get some friends here. We will try to get them killed, because they can lead off the enemies that will make us skip some of the game or some of this level later on.
Maybe 30.
So let's just try to get them killed. They are kind of tanky because they aren't supposed to die. We are just supposed to have them around us to help us with this level. This level is in the normal all story levels run, of course, since it's a story level. But it isn't normally in any percent. Only if you like are at a marathon or speedrunning in a race, then I would then this level should be played. But at least I didn't like pick up the wrong ending, which Legend did 2014 in the SGDQ, where they had a donation incentive for picking the ending of the game, and since Legend was used to pick the ending that we will pick, the restoration ending, he did that, and the donation incentive was actually for the other level, or for escape, which is the other option. And done. We can pick up the core and we can leave this place. So that was like a 2 to 3 minutes time loss. If this would happen in a normal run, it would have been a reset. But this backup strat is actually kind of useful, just like for here. And I did core dupe again, so I will only have to pick up 1 core in the next level. And the next level should be Cinderbrick. No, not Cinderbrick. Colford Cauldron. It also starts with AC, that's why I got confused. Colford Cauldron is probably my most hated level. I will keep the meme alive. And Colford Cauldron has 1 major skip, and it's the first gate. It also has some optimization with killing of bushes and stuff. In Bastion, for every enemy you hit, you have some lag frames, or for every object. So we try to hit as few objects as possible. This is also a very good example of you being too fast, so you fall out of the world. We need to roll very slow here, unless we will do that. Here are some enemies that can spawn, and they will trap you if you are too close. Luckily we can pass through those quite easily before they attack. And the game is very nice to you, so you don't have to play the level all back. You can only do this part, which is much quicker. And here we kill those, and go back through this gate. 1 death, it's okay though, it makes it faster later. And we are back in the Bastion. So, which we don't want to happen, so it was very good that we just passed through them this time. And then we are at the boss. Here's the boss. You might see him for a bit, but then he is off the world. And we can now finish the game much faster. He isn't a very long fight. Before, when we had the musket, he was actually the guy we needed the musket for. And it's because we needed to push him off the world. But then someone found the setup where you could stand where I just stood, and he jumps off on himself. So now we don't need the musket anymore, and that saves like 8 seconds throughout the whole run. But those 8 seconds actually gave Arctice, who is the world record holder, his new world record. So now we will die once, try to flee, die again, and then rage quit.
Say what you will,
That's a very good plan.
but he's a man of his word.
And we will die in the most optimal ways. Of course, if you want to die, you don't want to die very unoptimal. So here we die once. Here we try to run. But of course, there is no way out. So here we die again. And now we rage quit. I'm just kidding. We are going back to the Bastion. Volagin said at HGGQ 2014 that when they found this glitch I just used, where you die and restart the game, that you actually saved 30 seconds. And so Volagin had 1 hour to practice the game ahead of the run at HGGQ, and at that time he got the world record because the 30-second save was so easy to beat the world record with. And now of course every run does that glitch because it's really easily usable, and time is coming up very soon, like right now. Do we have time? Good. Okay, so that was a kind of failed run of Bastion, but at least you can enjoy the end screen and the ending music, because it's very good. And then you can get some feels, because we are leaving the Bastion and returning in another day. Thank you for watching anyways. Coming up is Mario 64 on the DS. So I hope you will enjoy that. Thank you for watching.